Hey guys, it's Jessica from Audacity, and I am here with my friend Prachi Patel of the lovely Prachi Henna Art. If you guys came to the Audacity anniversary event, you will have seen her selling some of her amazing homewares and jewelry and doing a beautiful henna art on people. So we are here right now at the Pinky Promise Market at Red Spear Garden in Atlanta, and Prachi's just going to tell you guys a little bit more about like who she is and what she does, and we're super excited to have her.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess I'll start from the beginning. So my mother told me, I have like proof like from her account, that I started my entrepreneur journey at 3 years old.
Okay.
So for Mother's Day, I took, my parents always ran gas stations when I was young, so I took tobacco cans and drew circles in construction paper and then cut them out, colored them with Sharpie. It was actually printer paper.
That's very creative.
Yeah, and then I like taped them together and made like a rose, and then I got a cotton ball and then she told me I could put blunt spray on it and sell it as an air freshener in the store because I'm a cute kid and people will buy that. And one time I actually beat her out one day and sold like $200, $300 worth of flowers, and she didn't make anything inside the store that day.
Wow.
Yeah. So people came for that.
And so the people surpasses the teacher.
Yeah, really. And so I also, growing up, my siblings didn't get to immigrate to America until I was about 12 years old. So I was already in middle school by the time that. I've never been there. So I had to spend a lot of my time either at school or at the store with my parents, unless I was in daycare. And I didn't really do daycare much. So I was always trying new crafts and stuff like that. So that's always kind of how it started. But I went to school originally for neuroscience, and then I switched recently, like this junior year when it started, I switched to chemical commerce so that I could pursue my LLC instead of going the medical school route, because I have mental health issues and I can't take tests as well as I'd like to, and the way that school is set up, it just doesn't work for the pacing for me. I wanted to be the best at whatever I chose to do, and I knew that it wasn't going to be the medical field anymore because I realized the competitive nature of, you know, what that's like. And I go to Mercer University, so yeah. But what else?
It's very cool. It's hard. Listen, we keep it real here at Audacity. Yeah. I always say for interviews, like the less said, the better. Less is more. So, okay. So talk to me a little bit more about what it's like to be not just a Gen Z, but to be a brown woman, be a queer woman. Yeah. And in this kind of space where you get to be creative and get to be a little bit more fun, but obviously those intersectionalities still come into play. Like, have you met any kind of challenges with that?
Yes. So actually, like, I've realized that like there are certain markets that I can be myself and markets that I cannot. And I've noticed that a lot of the local farmers markets that I do are not on the same vibe that are all of the markets that are like for handmade creators in Atlanta. Yeah. There's a huge distinction between a farmer's market and a market that's curated for creators. Yeah. And the attitude is really different. And people don't want to spend money on things that aren't food in that environment. So it gets challenging in that sense. But also, I have ran into situations where people don't take me seriously because I'm a woman and because of the industry that I'm going in. In the Indian community, like the South Asian community, there's really little representation of South Asians, but that's also because the population is actually very small. Yeah. But like within my community, it's very rare. Like when I tell adults that are like around my parents' age what I'm doing, they always ask me, "What are you doing? What are you in school for?" And when I tell them that I'm running my business, they ask me like, "So are you still pre-med?" Like they don't take anything. They don't take anything seriously. Like women don't go into business seriously within my community. Like within the small circle of my community. Yeah. And that attitude kind of is really discouraging. Like, but then you find the people that you're supposed to find. When you like close doors like that, you know,
it leads to more open doors for sure.
Yeah. So that has been a thing, a challenge, like being a brown woman, and then. Oh gosh, I actually do have a small story for that.
Go ahead, tell us about it. Come on, story.
And it's real. So what happened was I went home to, I'm not going to specify, so just to keep the story,
that's fair.
No problem.
That's fair.
But I went home and there was a festival going on, and I tried to like last minute, you know, kind of like network my way into being able to do at least henna out there or something. Yeah. Because I am like a registered business, so I wanted to, like, I have most of the required paperwork that they would ask for, and if there was a space, they'd let me in. Yeah. And so they let me there was 2 different organizations running an event that was happening, and one let me pay the city the fee to be able to do sales in that town because they do it specifically per town. You need a sales,
Yeah.
whatever
Background
documentation.
thingy.
Yeah. So I did that, and then they sent me to the other people, and the other people refused me, and then told me that the white lady from Lulu Swimwear, oh God, I didn't want to say it, I didn't want to say it, but it's in Gulf Shores, Alabama.
It is what it is.
She told me that, they told me to my face that the white lady from there had exclusive rights to do henna on those grounds. And
What?
I was like, since
Hold on a second.
when are we allowed to put exclusive rights on a cultural practice? That's what I'm just
You
wondering.
cannot do that.
That's just what I'm wondering.
That is insane.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem that they were doing it. It was the fact that I was literally told no.
It's the fact that you were told no because she claimed to have some kind of corner on the market.
And then the second issue was that to follow that up, they said that they invited her to do it. So I'm just not even going to be like on the table kind of. So like I was like, okay, so then I literally had to like chide the people that I was working with to tell me like, hey, these are the steps to get you on the list next time. I had to like weasel it out of them to like get me to tell me how to actually make it happen
into doing your own cultural practice.
Yes, like I had to like beg to be seen.
That's
basically.
such a mess.
Yeah,
That's
it was
such
really.
a mess. I'm so sorry.
It really hurt my feelings, and I just didn't expect that to happen. And I never had an issue. Like henna is one of those things that like is meant to be shared.
Right.
The difference is whenever you don't learn it from someone who it originates from, and still profit off of it. But the issue is that people in Alabama in the coastal community do not know what henna is anymore. They think it's a temporary tattoo.
Yeah.
It basically replaced airbrush tattoos.
They just think it's something pretty and cool to do.
It's like a peel and stick, and it has so much more than that.
There's more to do
It's
with
so
that.
much more than that. And so that was really challenging. It hurt my feelings a lot. Like it was hard to not feel like it was personal in that situation. And I was 21 at the time, and I started my business at 20. So when I walk into like stores to, like start a retail conversation or like a wholesale relationship, they don't really believe that I'm there for real.
Yeah, it's very infantilizing, where it's like, like she's just a kid. She's just, she doesn't know what she's doing. She probably doesn't even know what she wants to do this yet. Blah, blah, blah.
And then I get wholesale orders, in the background for $500. So I'm like, so I don't understand.
It's like, you need me, I don't need you.
Yeah, and I'm learning that like this is better. It's honestly better to not go viral and like slowly build a community, because then you have like a more personal relationship and like more like valuable, mutually beneficial relationship with people. And I've learned that like even though I'm getting turned away in so many like different ways that like kind of hurt your feelings in the business world as a woman of color and a queer woman and a young business owner, and I'm finding the people that I need, and I'm getting one person in every industry in my network, and it's just really beautiful. Like I love that I'm doing this while I'm still in college and still young.
Exactly. And like when you start like this the way that you're doing, and very much it sounds very similar to the way we started as well, like you build a loyalty. Like it's better, like you said, to not just go viral and just have like random people coming in like liking your stuff and being like, oh, I like this, I like this. And like you'll get all those likes or you'll get all those views. But they don't always convert to purchases. At the end of the day, like the bottom line is the bottom line. So, it's okay. And like I really love that you're talking about how like you've had things happen that hurt your feelings. Because we never get to say that in business.
It does, and it does.
And like there's something wrong with it either.
And
like,
something I've also learned, like going to college and taking business classes after switching out of medical classes, is that like business is like there's no rule book.
No.
There's no rule book at all.
And business is so personal. I have folks who are like, oh, it's not personal, it's business. I'm like, it is personal.
It should be.
It's so personal, because how can business not be personal if it's always like, oh, it's about relationships, it's about personal relationships. Like, business is personal.
It's about people.
Yeah, it's
people
personal.
Are personal.
Yeah, it's personal, and it's personal, and it's emotional, and I think it's time we all just start being a little bit more honest about it. You wouldn't have all these toxic managers and horrible bosses and stuff if people weren't having the emotions at work. Like, it's very emotional.
Passion makes like every business interaction so much more fulfilling. It takes like the coldness out of capitalism. Money doesn't have feelings. It never will. But if people start to live by that, that's when we have a problem.
Exactly. Oh man, like even just like these 10 minutes of us talking, like I'm having so much fun. And like we've dug deep already. Like this is amazing.
That's just one small tidbit, but be on the lookout. So I haven't gone viral yet, but I have a few times now. Watch out, Instagram Reels.
Come on, Instagram.
Okay.
Damn your algorithm.
So my website will be coming out soon. So hopefully within the next month. And then people can go to the direct link. And
awesome.
So
well, until then, tell our viewers how they can find you.
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Prachi Henna Art, and those are the two main platforms that I use right now. But on my link to bio, I have my link tree, so you can see anything else on there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. As always, Prachi, it's a pleasure working with you. We're happy we got to get you on camera.
Yes, it's like hard to see me. I wanted you guys to see me.
Yay! Twirl, girl. Give us a twirl. Yes. We will see you guys next time. And until then, we will... Well, yeah. We'll see y'all later.